All right, again, looking at example 2 here, evaluate a parentheses negative b minus ab if a equals negative 2 and b equals 4. A very common mistake people make is they look at something like this and they say that's the expression because they're reading it too fast, whatever. Be careful that the entire expression, every piece of it is being involved when you do these. If you leave the minus ab off, chances are you get the wrong answer. The only way it wouldn't be the wrong answer is if minus ab happens to equal 0. 2 and 4 don't multiply to make 0, so it's not going to be 0 this time. So if you leave the ab off this time, you're going to be wrong. So be careful that the entire expression is looked at. So a parentheses negative b minus ab is what we're trying to evaluate. And then our variables are negative 2 and positive 4. So the original structure of the problem is that this one thing is being multiplied by this sum or difference, whatever it ends up being, and that product is being subtracted by this product, a times b. So again, thinking about the order of operations in advance before I start sticking numbers in, be careful that same structure ends up in your problem after substitution. So every a is equal to negative 2, every b is equal to positive 4. So what goes right here? Negative 2, right? And then there's a parentheses. I'm going to put a bracket in case I have to put something inside the bracket into parentheses. I think brackets followed by parentheses is a little bit more organizational than parentheses followed by another parentheses. All right. What does minus b mean? Negative b. So whatever b is, which is positive 4, we need to change the sign. So minus b is just going to be minus 4. The minus sign is the minus sign. B is 4. Negative 4 is what we end up with. This says minus a. What does that mean? Minus negative 2, which is the same as plus 2, right? You are allowed, if you wish, as you enter stuff in, to do a minus minus means a plus. That's okay. If you're comfortable with it, if you are good at doing that, that's fine. Just notice, though, that it became plus 2, not times 2. All right, sometimes I've seen people change this minus a into a times positive 2. But again, this is subtraction. Subtraction can stay subtraction. It can change to addition. It will not become multiplication. All right, so again, minus a, since a is negative 2, minus minus 2 becomes plus 2. Then we got minus ab. So let's just bring the minus sign down for this one. So this minus sign is just going to be right here. And then a times b. All right, a times b. So I'm going to show my multiplication with parentheses. A's value is negative 2 and b's value is positive 4. So in the substitution step, that's where I would take the most time. I'd be very cautious and really particular about how I'm writing stuff down to make sure that the correct problem's written down so I get the right answer if I do that right. If you write the wrong problem down, you're not going to get the right answer. Even if you take your time really careful. Oh, let's make sure we multiply when we're supposed to multiply, when we're supposed to add. If you have the wrong problem, you can't get the right answer. So take your time going from here to here. Pay extra close attention to detail. Make sure the structure stays the same. Make sure everything you write on your paper is exactly what the problem's supposed to be, so that if you get this problem right, you get the right answer. All right, continuing on. What should I do first? The brackets, the group, right? So negative 2 is staying here. It's being multiplied by whatever this is. What's negative 4 plus 2 equal?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. This is a minus sign, right?
Yeah.
So what happens over here has no effect on what happens over there, right? So we can go ahead and do that right away too. Notice 2 times 4 equals 8. Minus minus makes plus. Again, this is subtraction. Subtraction is allowed to change to addition. It will not ever change to multiplication. Okay, it can stay subtraction, you can change to addition, but it will not become multiplication. So 2 times 4 made 8. 2 negatives become positive, so plus 8. Okay, now we got multiplication here. Negative 2 times negative 2 makes positive 4. And 4 plus 8 equals 12. Right. Order of operations is what it always was. But again, if you get pluses and minuses, what happens here has no effect on what happens over there. So if you want to go like do something over here, do something over here at the same time, that's okay. If it makes you feel comfortable, more comfortable to just do that first and then do all your multiplication in one step and then do all your addition and subtraction in one step, that's fine also. Just know that minuses can become pluses, they cannot become times. That's another common mistake I've seen people make. Something becomes positive, all of a sudden, oh, let's just multiply it. So that's a bad plan. It doesn't work. So be careful with that and you should be in good shape.